Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier, I want you to be happier. When the morning comes, and we see what we've become, in the cold light of day we're
Bust down, Tatiana. Bust down, Tatiana. I wanna see you bust down. Pick it up, not break.
What? Yeah. Yo, grow up.
So those four, you guys are one. And then just step out left. And then wait. Did we get
I'll be the next Mr. FTHS.
Evan, what are you doing? We got it all figured out. Says Bucks.
Wait, we did.
Alright, go back in. It seems like everyone has one. Thanks, Deja. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah.
Wait, what part?
Shoulder, back.
Right.
Probably not. Okay. Probably just gonna have to break his head. So for the next part, after you do the clap, you go 1, 2, 3. You're gonna go with a partner, and you're just gonna. What?
Sorry, I didn't see you there. Hi.
What makes a good Mr. FTHS?
Well, I was preparing for the competition, but this year they have decided that I'm not allowed to compete like all of the other years that I've applied. But if I were to be Mr. FTHS, I think that determination would be a huge factor. Probably stamina, endurance, right? So you know, it's a long night, and you have to be ready for the competition, right? You know, it could take 4, 5, 6 hours to crown a Mr. FTHS, and you have to be able to outlast the competition. Also, having an unusual amount of Patriot Cups around tends to help.
I would have to say Evan Nasty. I mean, he's really been holding it back in practice, but I feel like when the show comes, he's just gonna bring it all. And he's just gonna explode with like just so much talent. This kid, however, nah, I'm not worried. Not worried whatsoever.
That's false. Someone.
Nope.
Competition, I'd probably have to say Evan Nasty. I mean, he's cute, smart, funny. What else could you ask for? But hey, I'm coming.
Alright, so my greatest competition I think is Johnny Manfrey. He is a great contestant and probably the most talented, but if there had to have been a second, it's probably Evan Nasty. And although you might see us the most together at this competition, it's only to get in his head. I'm only doing this because after watching him dance, I feel very confident, and according to my calculations, he got this whole thing wrapped up.
I can tell you who my biggest competition isn't. I'd say Chris Rico, because logistically, like, I'm tall, so like I'd be perfect for Mr. FTHS. But Chris, like, you give him the sash, that's just gonna drag behind him, and then like the crown, that's just like a hula hoop for him. Like, that just wouldn't work out. But like me, logistically, I'd look good in that. So that's just facts right there.
Biggest competition, I'm gonna have to say either Mikey Woods or Chris Rico, because everybody loves them, but they're little guys, so it's gonna be hard to see them on stage.
My biggest competition is probably Mikey Woods. See, past 10 years, he's always been ahead of me, so this year I gotta just be in front of him and beat him.
Tom, who's your biggest competition?
Probably Christian, but whatever.
If I had to say my biggest competition, it'd probably be...
Yes, sir!
I say this because, whenever he hits the dance floor, his moves are always on point, always on 100, and, I feel like with the interview portion, he always has a way with words, so I feel like when he speaks to the judges, I think that he'll have a bit of momentum and persuasion.
I prepare for Mr. FTHS by, just going out there, giving it all I got at every single practice. Work hard to, memorize, my song that I'll be performing at Mr. FTHS with my trusted partner, Zach Barilka. But I'm looking, to take down all these guys because, they don't prepare like I do, They don't have the mental toughness, to go out there and get a victory, but I know I do.
The way I prepare for Mr. FTHS is I make a protein shake every morning, raw eggs, asparagus, and anchovies with some milk in there. It gets the blood flowing and gets you hyped up in the morning. That's how I got all that energy in the morning practices. And also, every Tuesday morning we have practice, but then every Tuesday night we got bread games. So those also let's get it. That also prepared me mentally and physically. So I also run 6 miles every midnight to make sure that I am also mentally focused, knowing what's ahead of me, never looking back, always looking forward, and that's how I prepare for Mr. FTHS.
Well, how do I prepare for Mr. FTHS, you ask? Well, I sing in the shower a lot to prepare my voice for the beautiful thing that comes out of my mouth called singing. Also, I look in the mirror a lot and watch myself dance and analyze it, making sure that I can beat my best competitors, such as no one here, except Nick. He might win. See this man? This man's a sleeper. Do not sleep on this man. This man will hit you like a bull.
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
There's a lot of things that I got to do to prepare for this, but usually what I like to do is some of these, just like, whatever gets these up,
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
Here and there I've been following with my bros, just getting my mind right, and I've been going to every practice with a really negative attitude, really just making the worst of it, and that way I'm not expecting anything the night of, so whatever happens, it happens.
I'd say one of my biggest strength is probably my confidence. I've never been afraid or afraid to speak my mind or show off my personality. My greatest weakness is probably my lack of adventurousness. This is the first school thing I'm really doing, so I want to take initiative and do more things in the school. So that's probably it.
Okay.
I'll say my biggest strength is my confidence during class. There's nowhere in the classroom where you won't hear me being active. And then one of my biggest weaknesses I say is
strengths. I strongly believe I could personally do anything there is in life. Weaknesses, never heard of them. I really don't think I have any, to be honest. I'm confident going into Mr. FTHS. I got the dance down, I got the group talent down. Like I said, there's really not much I can't do, so I'm excited.
My weaknesses, I work too hard, I dance too well, and I care too much. My strengths are actually my weaknesses.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Who do you think's gonna win Mr. FTHS?
Ooh, there's a lot of really good candidates this year. I would have to say Chris Arico is a favorite, but I think the one I would, put my money on would be Mikey Woods. He's a really funny kid. He's got a heart of blue, Columbia and Navy, of course, and I think he's gonna be the one to take it. There is a lot of competition, but I think it'll be a really good show.
So, do you recognize any of these men?
When they came into the bathroom, I was in the stall, so I couldn't see their faces, but they were singing along to the song in the bar.
Do you remember what he was singing?
I think it was that song, I Want It That Way.
Backstreet Boys? I'm familiar. Okay, number one, could you please sing the opening to I Want It That Way?
Really? Alright. You are my fire.
Number two, keep it going.
The one desire.
Number three.
Believe when I say.
Number four.
I want it that way.
Tell me why
ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why
ain't nothing but a mistake.
Now number five.
I don't ever wanna hear you say
Woo!
I want it that way.
Chills, literal chills.
Number 5 killed my brother.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part.
She's in love with who I am. What the?
Oh
my God! Justin!
Alright. Okay. This doesn't help me at all.
You guys should know what I should do.
I was expecting Mike to quit. So.
Nobody won.
Ready? Jump on the back.
Whoa!
Walk up.
She's in love with who I am.
Jump off. Yeah, what music?
I'm guessing it's.
Ready? Go.
I'll be the next Mr. FTHS.
Thomas, who's your biggest competition?
Obviously nobody, because Tom's gonna win.
Woo!
I will be Mr. FTHS.
You gotta feel it, bro.
Wait, when do we go down?
Hold on.
I did not feel it there.
Alright, wait, start it over.
Shot, you can't.